Have you ever wished your orchid would thrive like it does in nature instead of struggling in a pot? Orchids are epiphytes, meaning they naturally grow on trees. So why not give them the environment they love? I'm Sheila, your local arborist and plant enthusiast, and today I'm going to show you how to attach an orchid to a tree branch. The first thing you're going to want to do is gather your materials. You need your orchid. This is the Phalaenopsis variety. You can get these at Home Depot, Lowe's, or even Publix sells this variety. You also want to get some sphagnum moss. You can get this at Home Depot or Lowe's as well. You want to put a little bit of the sphagnum moss into any type of container you have and fill it with a little bit of water to let the sphagnum moss soak up that water. You're also going to need some plant twine or fishing line to use to attach your orchid to the tree. And then we're also going to use a coconut liner to attach the orchid to the tree. You can get these at Home Depot or Lowe's also, and it says right on there, coconut liner. Next up, we're gonna take a little walk to pick our tree and our branch to attach the orchid to. You've taken your walk through your yard and you've decided on your tree you wanna attach your orchid to. I'm gonna be attaching my orchid to this ligustrum tree. Ligustrum trees are great to attach orchids to because they have a rough bark on them, and they also have all of these great spots that are called crotches that you're able to rest the orchid into, which makes it a lot easier for attachment. Now you're ready to prep your orchid. You want to take your orchid out of the plastic liner that it comes in, and you want to remove all of the material around the roots of the orchid. I have an orchid that I've already prepped. I've removed all the material and mulch around it, and I've also trimmed away any dead or bad roots that were on the orchid. Really good roots look like this. They're translucent in color and green. The rest of these roots don't look the best. I didn't water this orchid for a long time, but that's fine. You're still going to be able to attach this to the tree and it'll do just fine. But you mainly want to get rid of any roots that are just totally dried up. There's just no life left in them. So those are the ones you want to get rid of. And then what you're going to do is let some water run on the roots of the orchid for a few minutes. And then we're going to step outside and attach this orchid to the tree. Now we're ready to attach our orchid to our tree branch. What you want to do is get your orchid and get that sphagnum moss that you soaked in water. And you just want to kind of take it and crumple it up into a ball and kind of put it around the roots. While you're holding it around the roots, you can take your coconut liner and you want to kind of place the orchid on the edge of the coconut liner, so you're kind of just helping to hold in that sphagnum moss. Once you have it like this, almost like a little taco, you can set it in that crotch of the branch that you're going to attach it to. What you want to do is you want to make sure that part of the roots are exposed to the tree branch. You don't want to have it totally covered with the coconut liner. So if you have to adjust it as you're getting it into place, you just kind of do that as you're seeing how it's going to fit in there. So once you feel like you have it in a good spot and it feels like it's pretty secure, you're going to bring the coconut liner kind of around it. And then you're going to use your plant twine to secure it to your tree branch. You want to tie it pretty tight because you don't really want it to move. The first one's always the hardest, and then the other ones are easier because now you don't have to hold it one hand. And now your orchid's attached to your tree. I hope you've enjoyed our time together, and I hope you try this in your own yard and have great success and are able to enjoy your orchids for years to come.